This dirty bastard needs some work. This is the Bastard Junior, a old comp spec tuber thing from like 2007, 2008. I think it's 2008. And it has gone through a couple of iterations, and the latest one, which y'all saw maybe last year for a long series, was putting the Capra axles underneath, as well as a TGH 210 tranny, barely shoehorned in there, along with the team spec revolver, super short, barely clears. This is the only motor that would fit in there, as you can see. Then the battery is tucked up front, and what I want to do today is swap out the servo for something a little bit more powerful, because I have put it on 2.2s. It was rolling on these 1.9s, and they worked fine, but honestly, for the width of the Capra axles and the wheelbase, it was just kind of odd. The track width was too wide. I didn't like it. Basically, I just didn't like it. So I pulled some comp wheels off of one of my other rigs over here, and I don't really like the way that those look either. So we're probably going to throw on these old school. These were from which one was it? Which one was it? It was from an axial rig, at least the rims were. Boy, I can't remember right now. I've got one right here. These axles, right here. The axial MOA, name escapes me, axles, but essentially they came with the kit, and these things were given to me at a competition many years back when I was rocking some stock tires or whatever, and one of the competitors was like, "Give me those," and then they threw some actually nice tires on there. These hot body white dot Rovers, still good. I mean, these are probably a decade old, absolutely no dry rot, just a kind of an attestament to how high quality these old hot body tires were. At any rate, probably gonna throw these guys on. You can see these have already been, are they cut and shut? Or they're just on narrow rims already. The sanded sidewalls though, they've been sanded. As you can see, it's missing all of this. And the sanding makes them kind of grip better. The sidewall kind of does that a little easier. So these are gonna go back on my real comp rig. I'll probably throw these on for the day. And we need to change the servo out, so let's get to it. I'll stop talking about doing it and I'll just do it. So servo first, I reckon. And hopefully, hey, yeah, didn't use Loctite on that. Oh man, I don't have Loctite at my new studio yet. That's gonna be a problem. Maybe, probably not, whatever.
Did you say what the servo was? Your new one?
Not yet. We will be replacing it with an SHV 800. This is actually a version 1 that I just had sitting on the shelf. Should work just fine. And, you know, waste not, want not anyways. So I did go through last night and I tightened everything. This rig was so loose. I must have just forgotten Loctite on the entire thing. At least that's my story and I'm sticking to it. So this was actually a prototype for the SHV 500 LP. As you can see, the case is a little different than what we ended up going with. A little more gaudy. I mean, it kind of looks nice on this, I suppose, but it also had the old single wire set up with a splitter at the end. We don't want that anymore. We want this. I didn't pay attention to which way it was facing. I think it was this ways. Is the output, yeah, these both are 5 gear, so the output should be in the same place. I should. In theory, oh boy, it's so close. It's gonna hit, as long as I don't do full bump, like in an articulation, it should, yeah, it should be fine in articulation. It's really close though. Normally we would need like 2 millimeters longer of links on the front to make that clear. And let's see, is this gonna reach? Yes, that's gonna reach, cool. So, do I route these wires on the inside or the outside of the chassis? It would look much better on the inside, but I didn't pay attention to how I had them routed before. Something like this, I'm sure. It really helps to have baby-sized hands for working on a rig like this. So, all you folks with kids that enjoy working on toys with you, good on you. You've got good labor. There we go. Now, normally I would like, zip tie stuff. So I should probably do it this time. Signal into our radio. And then we've got our direct power all the way over here. Oh, I see why I was routing that underneath the drive shaft, because it wants to sit on top of the drive shaft. So we'll route that underneath, just like it was. Oh, need a hand shrinking device. There we are. I should probably spend a little bit of time and clean the wiring up on this guy too. Maybe not today. I want to go crawl today before it gets too late. Oop. All right. So if nothing's rubbing, I mean, we could literally bolt this servo in and call it good, but it looks like everything's rubbing. So yeah. There we go. Might as well just bolt this in without Loctite again. Since I don't have any, I mean, what's my option? There we go. Oh yeah. Only had 2 bolts to hold the servo in anyways. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Maybe I'll turn on the radio and center the servo before I bolt in our servo horn. There we go. Looking mighty centered to me. Oh yeah, I should probably go to the proper model because everything's reversed on this one. Let's see. Is it model 8? I think that's it. Good enough. Also, forward is forward. Forward is forward. Cool. Now, I will say that having larger tires on this is actually going to be better because the gear ratio on this rig is way too low. So with that 210 tranny combined with the capper axles, extreme amounts of gear reduction, silly amounts. So I would normally say just use a larger pinion, but there we go. Okay, that's rubbing a little bit. Of course it is. Barely rubbing the front of that housing. You can see it's like blipping this. Blip, blip, blip. Yeah, we'll just go with it. Yep. All right, how is our travel? These tires are super wonky. Yeah, probably have to attach those foams in there. I should mention that these are competition style rims. These are carbon fiber ones. And as you can maybe see, there is no bead on the inside. It's actually interior to the tire itself. I don't have a open tire to show you how this works. Actually, I do. I see one right here. So we've got our normal face right here that you would glue your tire on, and then on the back side, the face is on the inside here, and that lets you open up the inside of the wheel and then come down for the bead set area that needs to hit 2.2 inches, the way that it's written in the rules. So you can have a much wider open interior of the rim, and I don't know if you can really see inside there, but there's a lot of room that you can put weights, and so the weights are actually going to be larger diameter than the rim is. It's a huge pain in the butt to assemble wheels like this because you actually have to take the wheels off, put the wheels onto the knuckle weights, and install everything as one big unit, because the diameter of the knuckle weights being larger than the inside of the rim makes it to where you just can't, there's no way to really assemble it easily. So yeah, there we go. I should clean up my wiring just a little bit here. I will do that. Maybe I even, did I bring my zip ties? There's big zip ties here. We've got super big zip ties. I don't want super big zip ties though. That's just too much. Yeah, so what I shall do is just good enough. I want to go crawl today. We're just gonna loop this up here. Yep. Oh, it looks terrible. It looks terrible. We don't want to do that. Look at that. Where could we hide it? We could hide it in here. Yes, that's what we'll do. Yeah. All right. Boop and a boop and a boop. And nobody will be the wiser until the camera angle gets to where it's looking down inside. I'll spend some time another day and really make this rig cleaned up. But for the moment, I'm gonna change out these competition wheels and tires for some lesser competition wheels and tires. I kind of want to see what the track width is. I do also have some fresh methods here that I could use with, I don't know, some 1.9s. If I can get the track width in more, then I think the 1.9s would work. But with the combinations of parts that I had, I was really having issues with that. I couldn't get the track width in as much as I wanted, so the 1.9s were just a little too small. There we go. Make sure we tighten these hexes back down using the proper size. That always helps. There we go. All right, let's look how this sits. Because the capper axles, you really don't have a lot of clearance. Oh boy, that's real tight, but it sits. Is it rubbing? I think that's just straight rubbing. Oh yeah, that's not gonna work. Oh well, I guess I could go back to these comp rims. Either that or I need to switch out my hexes. For now, yeah, let's just try some comp rims. There we go. All right, how slow is she? Oh, what? Now it's backwards? All right, we'll try a different model. Okay, that's backwards. And this is forwards. Element. Wrong. BST. Wrong. What would that stand for? BST. Don't know. Model 12. Nope. Model 13. Nope. Model 14. Is anything changing here? I don't think that it is. PED. Stampede. M00. SCX. Let's try SCX. Nope. Come on now. Power Wheel 1. I'm just trying to find which model it was. You know, I can always reverse a channel, but DRF. Don't know what that one is. If I don't know what it is, should I just maybe change it? Let's go through a few. Let's see what we got. Wraith, M08, M09, Element, BST, M12, M13, 14, 15. Okay, I got none of these labeled at this point. All right, we are going to Shanghai BST. What would that stand for? Let me know in the comments. What rig would I have named BST? Obviously, the throttle. There we go. Back to neutral. Hey, throttle's in the right direction. Steering's not. We're going to reverse our steering. There we go. Now, we are good to go. And it looks like we got way too much steering, so I'll just have to be careful about that. Oh, yes. Look at all that drivetrain lash. You can hear it going. A lot of gears in the gearbox, a lot of lash in the axles because you've got not only the center, but you've got your outside. So let's watch. You can hear when I turn it on, or I'll turn it around. We'll go backwards and get our lash out. You can see it spinning there maybe. So let's go. Let's see how much lash this has. Oh, well, now it's going forwards, of course. Maybe we'll try it backwards and see how much lash it has. What is going on? It just, what, he's gonna show me up on camera, huh? Well, there's definitely a bunch of lash in the drivetrain. How is it doing this? All right, there we go. It's going, it's going, it's going. Now it's actually going. Let's try again in reverse. What is it? Whatever. Just trying to show you how much drivetrain lash there was. All right, all right. Maybe that's still lash. No, it's just going so slow because it has a Crawlmaster V2. All right. What's our wheel speed? It's decent. All right. Well, that's wrenching. I got more work to do. Tell me in the comments what you would do to this at this point. Would you have gotten the wires cleaned up? I don't know. I just want to go crawl. So that's what we're going to do. So catch us next time on our new rocks outside. I'm going to go crawl. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.